morning, guys.
Good morning. It's raining a lot.
It's raining totally. Yesterday, I went to bed. I went to bed around 12 or 1, and I just fell asleep around 3. So start from that time until right now, the rain hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it must be that. It must be hard to wake up and attend a class.
Yeah, I overslept. Like I just woke up at like 9, 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also set the alarm for 2 times. Like one is at 7 a.m. and 2 is at 8 a.m. But I wake up at 8, like 80, I think 8 something, maybe 8:40.
Oh.
Today was the latest one. You know, I used to wake up like 7 or I think 7:30. 8 is the most. And I can see it, and plus, as you can hear my voice, I'm not feeling very well. I mean, it's been it's been for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
I felt sick.
Oh.
Oh, so you same with me.
Sorry.
So you same with me. I also
Really?
sick. Yeah.
Okay.
Also Angela.
Let's feel it together.
Take care, everyone.
Yes, Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope you all feel better soon.
Thank you very much. I'm
Thanks.
better. I'm better than before, in fact. But the weather, and it makes me little back. I think the virus from my flu remember the past days and then it started again like that. But not feel very bad. Except I'm a little hungry because I didn't have time to prepare my breakfast. But it's okay. I used to skip the breakfast. Okay, guys, can you hear me very well? Rachel, how about you?
I'm all good.
You are okay.
Yeah.
Just wake up late.
Yeah.
Emily even submit the homework this morning.
Yeah.
Teacher, actually, I decided to wake up today at 8:30,
Yeah.
but I woke up at 7.
Really? What happened to you? It is a very rainy day.
Yeah, it is really good to sleep.
Well, some of my plates and cups fall down and is are broken.
Water?
I mean, some of the dishes,
Oh, some of
plates
the dishes fell
a
down.
plate and a cup
Oh, I
is
see.
broken.
It's broken.
Yeah, and that noise making.
Oh, that noise makes you wake. When
Yeah.
you're awake. Okay.
And I have no food anymore.
Don't you sleep back? Because the weather is very good to sleep. I'm hoping that
I'm thinking of sleeping right now. Bye-bye.
Okay, please don't. I have a question, guys. So usually on this very rainy day, and when you are got a full holiday, what would you do?
Good to sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep or
Taking full holiday.
Yeah, if it is holiday.
I will stay in my bed and then watch some movie.
Yeah. Imagine that, guys, like this very rainy situation. The roads are also flat.
Yeah.
And but you have to go to the school. Wow, that is a very pathetic situation, right?
Yep.
But I think maybe on September there will be less rain than the other monsoon season. So monsoon months, so it's gonna be all right, hopefully. But it's almost September.
Yeah, or the school have to provide some bed or sleeping areas.
The school. Okay, we should better request to stay out, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, so you know what? In the morning, at first I start and I remember my class and my students. Yeah, you guys. And then I'm thinking of, who will attend today? And I got top list like Rachel, Susan, and Emery is sometimes, I haven't expected so much yet because you absent some classes because of your school. So I thought maybe she maybe or may not be. And I thought those things and, you know, in the top absent list, don't tell her. Andra is on Andra got the first place. I thought I bought her name in my mind and I thought that, okay, she was gonna make it today.
Yeah, by the way, I really forgot about the homework, so I will send it today.
Yes, and plus Emery,
Yes.
just one question. While you're doing the homework, are you sleepy?
Oh,
Okay, the homework is different because it is supposed to be write down as a sentence,
oh.
like the whole full sentence, which the first one would start with where is the start sentence? Start.
The start is with
Oh,
chapter.
the latest. Oh, no, it's not this one. Oh yeah. Gravity should be legal because blah 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 blah. You have to start with gravity should be legal.
Okay.
Exercise 7. Excuse me.
I will fix it back after the class.
It's all right. Take your time.
Actually, how am I supposed to say that? Yesterday night, I started to do that, and then it was like 10:30 already.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just did a little bit scared, and when I woke up in the morning,
Yeah.
yeah, when that dishes problem came out, I did it back again with the sleepy eyes.
I get it. I get it. Guys, dance teacher will start unit 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And we're supposed to go to unit 3 later on. But first we have, one thing left to do in unit 1, which is about the discursive writing. This is a kind of writing. But I don't want you guys to do discursive writing right now because there are like some rules to follow and I think we should better do it tomorrow because I think you guys won't like to do writing now.
Yeah.
It's a very bad weather with a very bad mood to class to take the class back.
Yeah, may I know, may I make sure about last week's homework because I want to do today. Yeah.
Yes. You can check those up in our group in our group Bible.
Oh, really?
I have written it. I have written.
Oh, I did.
Exercise 7C and probably next one is I think 15.
Okay.
15B. Yeah.
Got it.
And yeah.
Teacher, I tried to do 15B, but I still have no more ideas with like some other places.
To put semicolon.
Yes.
Okay. Has any one of you done it? Yeah, be
Which one?
which one? I did 15B. So it is related to task 1E. Task 1E is silent, no?
You mean 15B?
Sorry?
15B လား
15B, yes.
B ကကျန်သမီးလုံးတော့လုံးလိုက်
တော့လောက်ထားလား
ဟုတ်
အကျယ် 15B ကိုကြည့်လို့နော်ကျွန်တော် 15B ကဘာအကြောင်းပြောထား
ဒါပေမဲ့ underline
15B
လိုက်
is just to decide the 5 places where semicolons could be used in the passage. So first of all, you have to remember the usage of semicolons. So do you remember the usage of semicolon?
Yeah. There's the same as
If you don't, you can flashback your memory on page number 7 from the tip. So we use semicolon to instead of full stop, right? But there is a rule we can use, or we can use. So we can use semicolon between two related ideas. Okay, if the ideas are not related, maybe if maybe the first one, the first idea and the next one is not related, maybe next one is not the explanation of the former idea, or next one is not related to the first idea, so we cannot put semicolon there, right? So that is the thing. So it is at like a full stop too. It is at like a full stop. Man, hey, we got Indra.
oh my goodness.
Indra, la. Teacher,
Hi.
Oh. Andrew, come on.
Indra, jam. ဒါပေမဲ့သူ့မေးကြည့်အောင်မယ်အတန်ထွက်ရလား Indra
ချက်သူလဲတည်းလို့
ဟာလား
အဲ့သူအတန်ထွက်ပါ
ဟာလား
ဖျားနေတယ်
အနာပါလေအဲ့လေလိမ္မာလိုက်တာ Indra လေးကကျန်ဒီ
တန်
ကြောင်
တော့တော့
မိုးရရဲရွာတော့မလားဘူးလားမသိဘူးအိပ်ပျော်နေလောက်တယ်လို့ဒါပေမဲ့သူနေ့ဒီနေ့ဖျားပြီးမိုးရွာတော့လာလိမ္မာလိုက်တာမယ်နိုးရလားမသိဘူးငါသမီး
အဲ့နေအောင်လာနှိုးရလေးသမီးကိုတက်ဆန်းဆိုရော
ကိုဝိုင်းက
Who wake you up?
my aunt
Your aunt is a good aunt. I can say that. If I were your aunt, I would do the same thing like your aunt.
မမနေမကောင်းလို့ဆရာရတယ်
You go, no?
ကိုရဆိုရတယ်ညာအိမ်
Have you finished your breakfast?
no
Okay, so you just go and pick up something to eat because you need to be full of energy in order to fight your flu, right? Is that the flu? Is that the flu? Indra, teacher group that when join and teacher meet. Teacher air me up. 票數ပြတ်သွား။ဟာရန်ကြည့်။အခုတော့အမောင်လေးမှာထိုင်နေရ
မင်းကလေးပဲရှိ
။ဒါပဲလေတချို့တို့ကရီးရရှိဆုံးနေ။ Okay. 5 places ဆိုတော့တချို့ဒါဆိုရင်5ခုနေရာ5ခုရှာမယ်။အဲ့နေရာတွေကဘာဖြစ်ရမလဲ။ Emery ပါပြန်နားထောင်နော်သမီးလေး။ food store နေရာမှာထည့်ရမှာ။ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ food store နေရာကတချို့ food store ကိုဖြုတ်ပြီး semi column ထည့်ရမယ်။ semi column ထည့်ရမယ်။ semi column ထည့်တဲ့အခါမှာအရှိရ idea နဲ့အနောက်ကအဲ့ဒီ semi column ထည့်တဲ့ဒုတိယတစ်ကြောင်းရဲ့ idea နဲ့က relative ဖြစ်နေရမယ် relative မဖြစ်ရင်ကျွန်တော်ထည့်လို့မရဘူးเนาะအဲ့တော့ထည့်လို့ရတာ9နေရာမကဘူးရှိတယ်ကွာဒါပေမဲ့ကျွန်တော်9နေရာပဲသူကပြောထားတယ်အဲ့တော့ semicolon ကအများကြီးထည့်လို့မကောင်း passage တစ်ခုမှာ semicolon အများကြီးပါလို့မကောင်း semicolon အများကြီးပါလို့ရှိရင်ဖတ်လို့မကောင်းတော့စားအဲ့တော့သူက semicolon အများကြီးထည့်ဖို့တော့ဟိုဟာပြီးတော့ suggest မလုပ်ဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဆိုရင်ကလေးလေးကိုတစ်ချက် semicolon ထည့်တဲ့ exercise ကဒီလေးပါ What is it?
Share semicolon အနောက်က sentence နဲ့ related ဖြစ်တဲ့ဟာပြောမှာ
ဟုတ်တယ်သမီးသူစားပဲနေရာမှာထည့်ထားတယ်
ဒီကရှာပဲရှာထားအချင်းစာမရွေးမှာနှစ်နေရာပဲတွေ့ရရှာ
ပြီးတော့ semicolon ကအရင် if the
အာ
sentence
ချာဒီနာ
we
ဒီ
don't
နာ
use
မှာထဲလို့ရဘူး
ဒီချက်ဒီနားမှာဆိုရင်
သင်နာမှာလေသမီး it is taken so that it is notဒီမှာကso that it is not one it is and you will see it in London ရတယ်ဒီနားမှာလည်းထည့်လို့ရတယ်သူကပြောတဲ့နားမှာလည်းထည့်လို့ရတယ်စာကြောင်းတူရင်တော့ပိုကောင်းတယ် first sentence နဲ့ဒါမှမဟုတ် second sentence နဲ့တူနေပိုကောင်းတယ်နော်ခြာကြည့်ပါဦး Screen name is he was once caught by police card last a whole year. He then switched to pushing up posters. Sorry. ဒီလိုလေးလေတိုးတဲ့နေရာလေးမှာထည့်ရပို့ပြီးစင်ပြီတခြားလိုက်ရကြည့်ပါအရှိစမ်းနေတာမဟုတ်နောက်စမ်းတဲ့ကတိုး
Well, teacher,
Yes
can you scroll up a little bit? Up. A little bit up, please.
a little bit
I mean after
this
yeah,
one
yes. What about here?
here
Yeah.
yes he was what caught by caught. But you know when I see this one he was one caught by police and court case lasted a whole year is a kind of another information right but yes it is related to any problems but I think this idea is not okay to put semicolon because the first one and second one have to be closely related. You study the structure. It is
Yeah.
related, yes, you know, but so this is the first one is not talking about crime or something like that, right? But the second one is talking about his crime in the how can I say? He is sued because he do the illegal thing like that. Yes, it is related. But I think it's not the best choice. Yeah, this viewers were caused by the police case last year.
Yeah, how about there?
This one,
Black one.
there's no bigger caricatural it's taken. Yes, yes. Yeah, okay, go. ဒီနေရာမဟုတ်သမီးဒီဒုတိယတစ်ခု it is over the planet ကလေသမီးဘယ်ဟာနဲ့ပို့ချိတ် is taking over the planet ကလေ
နောက်က
ဟုတ်တယ်နောက်ကဟာနဲ့ပို့ချိတ်တာအဲ့တော့ charity နားလေးမှာထည့်ပို့ပြီးတော့ဟုတ်ပြီ Android, so you arrange, you prepare for your breakfast. Maybe you ask to prepare for your breakfast. Maybe you should better ask your aunt because she wakes you up, right?
She is sleeping.
She's leaving. That's not fair. If I were your auntie, I won't, right? I feel better prepare for your breakfast because you are sick. You wake up and ask for prepare your breakfast. Like you request, not ask. မကောက်ခွက်ပိုင်းတော့မှတာတာကြီးဒီနေ့ဟိုတော့မပြောတော့ပါဘူးဒီနေ့ကတော်များများကြာဆိုတာနေ့တိုင်းနီးပါးနောက်ကြတယ်နော်
အဲ့မဟုတ်စေအိမ်နာတက်နေလို့နည်းနည်းတော့ကြာပါပထမ45လောက်ကဝင်လာကိုအိမ်နာတက်
လေဟဲ့မဟုတ်ဘူးလေနောက်တစ်ထပ်ဝင်လာပြန်ကောင်းခွင့်တော်တော်မလေးနိုးလာပြီပေါ့ငါတပည့်ခုမှတန်းစီပြီးဝင်နေတော့တဲ့နိုးလို့နော်ကျမသမီးတွေဘယ်လောက်လိမ့်ပါလဲစောကြီးထပါလားစောကြီးဟာလေအေး
ဆရာအဲ့ဒါကို9 နာရီခွဲအလောက်ကျတယ်
9 နာရီခွဲ
ကိုဝဲ8 နာရီလောက်ထားမှာပြောအိမ်ရတယ်
တဲ့ထားနည်းနည်းစာသင်ချိန်ကြီးတော့နည်းနည်းပတ်သက်တာလေးပါလေဖြစ်ဖြစ်
စာတရင်ကြီးတို့ပြဿနာလေးပါလေ
နေရာစာမနေရင်လို့ပြောပြပါဦး
Teacher,
ဟမ်
wait, oh,
what paragraph
what about here?
Graffiti artists often have their own website to remind every one of their works. The internet made the street global, but it is.
Yeah, how about
This is not related so much. This one. ခုနဒီချက်ပြောလိုက်သေးတယ်ထင်တယ် This first idea is, introduction about his dream, and next one is caught by the police.
Oh, it's
So
not really good.
it's not so much related. Yeah, but when you read the passage, of course, you might feel the sentences are related because the writer write down as like the sentence link connect the first idea, the second idea. But if the first idea and the second line, especially the second line should be the line that explain in detail about something that the first idea said or like that. And then the sentence should be like relatively short. Okay, charity မှာတစ်ခုရပြီပြီးတော့ခုနဒီမှာ ဒါသမီးဒီမှာပါပြီးသားလေအော်ဒီဘောက line မတူနော် He denies that he is a vandal or intended to destroy anything. He claimed that the arch produced gravity to fill the space. He's a vandal or intended to destroy anything. He claimed that yes, we can do this. Because this first sentence is simple and short, and next sentence is long. And then these ideas are related. 1, 2, ခုနကကျုပ်နားရအောင်အဲ့ဆို5ခုပြည့်လောက်ပြီနော်
နှစ်ခုပဲရှိ
How many? Yeah, like sorry, how many?
There is only 4 for me.
There's only 4.
There's only 2 for me.
He says when you go to the street and it's very bad. Not this one. This one already got. You trace it back to the decoration. Of the cave forest to 20,000 years ago, if a graffiti drawing is being painted over, someone else will come and fill the gap. No. I mean, yeah. Graffiti artists often have their own website reminding everyone their work. The internet made the street but blah blah blah. There is no bigger category phenomenon in the world of street art. She said that, oh, that'd be not it. Luckily, Red is the first free artist who calls himself the words and I share what made if you can words I will take over there. Himaya here. He is the pioneer ancestor, the grandfather of street art. He took the street when Parisian fortune teller told him blah blah blah. Right. Okay, so 5 totally. But I can say that some of the places can be variables.
Teacher,
Yes.
I already count with that.
Included.
Yeah, and it's like 4 in my book. I don't know what I'm missing.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not draw.
I have marked this. Yes, teacher.
What did you? Back to yes. Yes. Yes, Emery. This one is
Yeah,
counted.
I have marked this one and this one too, and like there is like there is something up there that I have marked it. Yeah, this one. And
Okay, so we still have 2 days. Next is Susan. Where did you
on
put?
this one. This one, this
Yes,
one.
teacher.
One, two,
Yes,
Where-
teacher.
Where
four.
did you put?
这都အစပါပြောလိုက်တာ
In the second sentence, I think.
Yeah.
And the second passage.
好second
Second passage
嗯
ပြောတာရှိလား Which one?
ဒီနားလားချက်ထောင်
Oh. အဲ့ဒါ
အဲ့ဒါသုံးပါပြီ
ဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဒါလေးထည့်လို့တော့ရတယ်တကယ်တော့
ဟော
ထည့်လို့ရတယ်သူကလေ
မတိတ်ပြောပဲလေတိတ်မဖြစ်
မဖြ
ဟု
စ်
တ်ပါ
လို့
ဘူး no မဖြစ်ဘူးတယ် cause ဟော how about you here
ဒီမှာစီမီကော်လန်တစ်ခုပါတော့တမီးဒီမှာထည့်လို့
ဟော
နော်ဒီဟာကြီးအရှိကြီးပဲ
Oh, he was
မ
one.
ငယ်တော့လေကျတော့ဒီမှာစီမီကော်လန်ပါနေလို့ because say နောက်မို့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီနေရာမှာစီမီကော်လန်မပါရင်ကျတော့ဒီနေရာမှာထည့်လို့ရတယ်နော်ဒီလိုတိုးတဲ့ passage အခု9ခုမပြည့်သေးဘူးလား Cái design cái này nó coordination. This design has standards and categories so much to handle. Social finding humorous creatures for very becomes these evil private creatures. This passage is very, the sentences are very long. Okay, I will confirm the answer tomorrow because I think I need to read it again in order to link the idea. So we got so far how many semicolon we got? Three, right?
I have 4.
You have more.
I have 4. I have 4.
You have 4. Okay. Where is one more, please?
So like
One. This one.
yeah, that one is 1, and another one is
In
the other 3 are at the right paragraph here. So the other 3 are here. Okay, so the first one.
me other semicolon is in the next column.
Yeah, those 3. Here's 1. This is 1.
Yeah.
And
Where
over
else?
the planet, and yeah, if you scroll a little bit down, there is 1 after, if there is any here.
The here.
Yes.
Yeah,ဒီနေရာမှာ
So there is 4.
So totally 4. So we just need to find out one more.
Yes.
If I display this passage or this passage should have 1 semicolon, right?
Yeah, how about
This.
yeah?
He was once caught by the police and then the court case lasted a whole year. Yes, and we can Yeah, this one. သူကဒါကြောင့်သူ switch လုပ်လိုက်တယ်လို့ပြောထားဆိုတော့အရှင်းနဲ့နောက်နဲ့ချိန်တော့ချိန်တယ်နော်သူအပေါ်ပိုင်းနေမှာလေချိန်တာတော့ချိန်ဒီကောင်လေးကတော့ sadness ပို့တိုးတယ်ဆိုတော့ဒါလေးမှဆိုပိုကောင်းတယ်နော်ဒီနားလေးမှဆိုပိုကောင်းတယ်ဆို5 place ဒါပေမဲ့အပေါ်မှာတချို့လုံးလို့ရတဲ့ထည့်လို့ရတဲ့ဘိုင်းရှိသေးတယ်နော်ပေါ်တို့အောက်တို့မှာကြည့်ကြည့်လိုက်အခုလောလောဆယ်တော့မပြောတော့ဘူးအဲ့တော့ထည့်လို့ရတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ तू ကနည်းနည်းတော့စာကြောင်းတွေရှည်လို့ဒီထဲမှာလေ Okay 17C ကရေးခိုင်းတာနော်ဒါရေးခိုင်းတာနော်အင်စာပေးထားခဲ့တာနော်ပို့တစ်ခါ We have finished reading this one, right? In fact, you know what we're going to do is we have to write a discursive writing about this woman with this woman fashion. But I will do this one today because I still need to give some tips about the discursive writing. So please wait me a minute. Guys, please check your Viber. There is a listening. There is a listening session. This time you listen to the audio and fill the blanks. So this is one of the VOA stories. I just do it in order because I just want you guys to practice the listening at first. This is a little slower version. Later on, we will have a little challenging one, like, you know, FC test, FC's test, how can I say, test audio. I will train you guys. So this one is the little easier version. So we will do this one at first. Think of us. 5 minutes အကုန်လုံးဟွာလေ download လုပ်လို့ရလားဒီချက်ဒီမှာလည်းပို့ပေးလိုက်
တောင်းသွားရချက်
iPad သွားလို့မရတဲ့သူကိုဒီမှာပို့လိုက်နော် Zoom chat ထဲမှာပို့လိုက် Our story today is called. You guys ready?
Teacher, wait. Set up my mic.
တောက်လိုက်
这我 listening က必须要ဖွင့်မှာမလား
ဟုတ်တယ်သား
ဟုတ်ကဲ့အဲ့ဒါဒီတော့ဒါပေါ့ဒါလို့ဆိုလား
ဟောရေးနည်းကလေးရလိမ့်မှာနော်ဟုတ်တတ်တာကြာ သားတို့သမီးတို့ဘက်မှာရေးပိုင်းမတောက်ဘူးလားရေးပိုင်းမကြည့်ဘူးလား
ကြည့်ဦး
တာ
ချင်
နဲ့ရေးလေး
အိမ်မှာပဲကြည့်ရ
ဟုတ်လား
အိမ်
ဒါ
မှာ
အပြေ
အ
တော့
တော့
ထွက်တော့မထွက်ရသေးဘူးဒီနေ့စီနေလုံးဟုတ်မူအေးလေးနဲ့အိတ်နေ
နေနေ
ကြက်
ကို
ရေးကြီးတာလားဘာရေးကြီးကိုလဲကြည့်ပါ
ဘယ်ချိန်တော့ à လေရေးလားရေးကြီးတယ်လေဟိုတချို့တို့တချို့
ကြီး
တို့
ဦးရဲ့
ဒီဘက်မှာတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးလမ်းမတွေရေးမြုပ်တယ်ကြားတယ်နှိမ့်နေပိုင်းနေဆိုရေးမြုပ်ဟမ်
ဒါတော့လမ်းမှာပြီးမှာပဲဘာရေးမှမရှိ
ကောင်းလိုက်တာတော့ကုန်းပေါ်ရောက်လို့မဟုတ်ဟုတ်ရောက်
ဒီချောင်းဘယ်နဲ့ရရှိပြီလဲဗျာ
3ရက်လောက်ရှိပြီသမီး3ရက်မကဘူးပေါ့ရှက် Friday night မာရီယာစ
မြတ်သူရ Sunday မှာ
ဟုတ်
ဟော
လား
အားကြောင့်ကမ္မစီဆရာမပြောထားတာမသိဘူး
လေး Sunday က
ရှားတာမဟုတ်ရှင်ဟို၄ဘက်လာရှိတော့သူကအေးရဲ့ဘက်ဆိုရင်တော့ဖြစ်
ဟုတ်တယ်သူကအရန်အေးသမီးတို့ကြောင့်သမီးအဲ့ဒါဗာလဲဆေးထိုးရလားဆေးတော့ရ
ပထိုးသူရစိတ်တောက်တယ်ထပ်ပြအောင်
အဲ့ဒီပြီးဆိုင်
ဟော
ကဲဒါဆို teacher တို့ဒါလေးလုပ်ကြည့်ရအောင်ဘိုးရတာလည်းမတိတ်ဘူးနော်တောက်မျိုးပဲအခုထိရွာနေအောင်လား
ဒါဆိုရင်လေဘာလဲညတိကျညနေရောဒါနိုးနေမချက်ပဲပုံမဖြစ်ဘူး
ဟုတ်လား
မသိဘူးဆုံးอ่ะ
နော် teacher တို့ရောပဲအခုညတော့အချင်း2နာရီလောက်နေရထင်တာ1နာရီလောက်နေရလားစရွာတာအခုထိမတိတ်တာ
မဟုတ်ချက်တော့ဘက်ကဆို9နာရီ10နာရီတည်းကရွာနေအခုဒီပေါ်ဖြစ်တယ်
ဩအဲ့တော်ရေတက်နေလောက်ပြီနော်
ဒီမရှိဘူးဒီချက်တော့မှမြောင်းနေရှိရယ်အိမ်ပြင်ဝဲသွား
တောင်းတာဟောလား
ဆရာရန်ကုန်တစ်မျိုးလုံးရေမြုပ်သွားတယ်ဘယ်လိုလုပ်မသိ
မမြို့ပေါ်ကောက်ခွင့်ပါလဲကွာအဲ့လိုကြီးမဖြစ်ပါဘူး
ရန်ကုန်တစ်မျိုးလုံးရေမြုပ်ဆရာမရှိဘူးလေတာရဲ့ချို့နေရဲ့ဂုံးပေါ်တွေရောက်တယ်လေ
မြန်မာနိုင်ငံရန်ကုန်မြို့အကျိုးဖြစ်သွားတယ်ကျွန်တော်မိုက်တော့မိုက်ပါနော်
မိုက်ပါဆို Okay guys are you guys ready to listen
Yes.
Okay so let's get started
A municipal report. It was written by O. Henry and first published in 1904. Here is Shep O'Neill with the story.
It was raining as I got off the train in Nashville, Tennessee. A slow, gray rain. I was tired, so I went straight to my hotel. A big, heavy man was walking up and down in the hotel lobby. Something about the way he moved made me think of a hungry dog looking for a bone. He had a big, fat, red face and a sleepy expression in his eyes. He introduced himself as Wentworth Caswell, Major Wentworth Caswell, from a fine Southern family. Caswell pulled me into the hotel's barroom and yelled for a waiter. We ordered drinks. While we drank, he talked continually.
တောင်းမျိုးမကြောက်လား share sound လုပ်လိုက်
ချက်သမီးကြောင်
ဟုတ်လားတောင်းတော့တောင်းကိုဒီချက်ဟိုဟာလေ audio ဟိုပို့လို့ရလား
Your connection is unstable. Or else it's up to that.
audio ပို့လို့ရမယ်ထင်တာပဲနော်ခဏကြည့်လိုက်ငါဖိုင်ရပဲဟောနောက်ကနင်းနေကို shortcut တွေခေါ်လို့ရအောင်လုပ်ထားအောင်နားလေနော်အဲ့ဒါဆိုတနေ့တူဟိုလေစွမ်းတစ်ချက်ဟို Bible ကိုတောင်းလို့ရလား
Yeah, but all yeah.
ဟုတ်လားရေတို့ listening ကတာဒီဘက်မှာမကြားရလို့ရှင် Bible သွားလိုက်
မကြားရဘူး
ဟုတ်လား 5 ပါသွားလိုက်ပြီးတော့နားထောင်လိုက်နော်အဲ့ဒါလေးတစ်ချက်ပို့လိုက် it's loading it's loading okay completed so if you are not okay concerned with the audio I open you just go to Fiverr and download it okay for the rest of the class you guys keep listening
About himself, his family. He said his wife was rich. He showed me a handful of silver coins that he pulled from his coat pocket. By this time, I had decided that I wanted no more of him. I said good night. I went up to my room and looked out the window. It was 10 o'clock, but the town was silent. A nice, quiet place, I said to myself as I got ready for bed. Just an ordinary, sleepy southern town. I was born in the South myself, but I live in New York now. I write for a large magazine. My boss had asked me to go to Nashville. The magazine had received some stories and poems from a writer in Nashville named Azalea Adair. The editor liked her work very much. The publisher asked me to get her to sign an agreement to write only for his magazine. I left the hotel at 9 o'clock the next morning to find Miss Adair. It was still raining. As soon as I stepped outside, I met Uncle Caesar. He was a big old black man with fuzzy gray hair. Uncle Caesar was wearing the strangest coat I had ever seen. It must have been a military officer's coat. It was very long, and when it was new, it had been gray. But now, rain, sun, and age had made it a rainbow of colors. Only one of the buttons was left. It was yellow, and as big as a 50-cent coin. Uncle Caesar stood near a horse and carriage. He opened the carriage door and said softly, "Step right in, sir. I'll take you anywhere in the city." "I want to go to 861 Jasmine Street," I said, and I started to climb into the carriage. But the old man stopped me. "Why do you want to go there, sir?" "What business is it of yours?" I said angrily. Uncle Caesar relaxed and smiled. "Nothing, sir, but it's a lonely part of town. Just step in and I'll take you there right away." 861 Jasmine Street had been a fine house once, but now it was old and dying. I got out of the carriage. "That will be $2, sir," Uncle Caesar said. I gave him 2 $1 bills. As I handed them to him, I noticed that one had been torn in half and fixed with a piece of blue paper. Also, the upper right-hand corner was missing. Azalea Adair herself opened the door when I knocked. She was about 50 years old. Her white hair was pulled back from her small, tired face. She wore a pale yellow dress. It was old, but very clean. Azalea Adair led me into her living room. A damaged table, 3 chairs, and an old red sofa were in the center of the floor. Azalea Adair and I sat down at the table and began to talk. I told her about the magazine's offer. She told me about herself. She was from an old Southern family. Her father had been a judge. Azalea Adair told me she had never traveled or even attended school. Her parents taught her at home with private teachers. We finished our meeting. I promised to return with the agreement the next day and rose to leave. At that moment, someone knocked at the back door. Azalea Adair whispered a soft apology and went to answer the caller. She came back a minute later with bright eyes and pink cheeks. She looked 10 years younger. "You must have a cup of tea before you go," she said. She shook a little bell on the table, and a small black girl about 12 years old ran into the room. Azalea Adair opened a tiny old purse and took out a dollar bill. It had been fixed with a piece of blue paper, and the upper right-hand corner was missing. It was the dollar I had given to Uncle Caesar. "Go to Mr. Baker's store, Impy," she said, "and get me 25 cents worth of tea and 10 cents worth of sugar cakes, and please hurry." The child ran out of the room. We heard the back door close. Then the girl screamed, her cry mixed with a man's angry voice. Azalea Adair stood up. Her face showed no emotion as she left the room. I heard the man's rough voice and her gentle one. Then a door slammed, and she came back into the room. "I am sorry, but I won't be able to offer you any tea after all," she said. "It seems that Mr. Baker has no more tea. Perhaps he will find some for our visit tomorrow." We said goodbye. I went back to my hotel. Just before dinner, Major Wentworth Caswell found me. It was impossible to avoid him. He insisted on buying me a drink and pulled 2 $1 bills from his pocket. Again, I saw a torn dollar fixed with blue paper with a corner missing. It was the one I gave Uncle Caesar. How strange, I thought. I wondered how Caswell got it. Uncle Caesar was waiting outside the hotel the next afternoon. He took me to Miss Adair's house and agreed to wait there until we had finished our business. Azalea Adair did not look well. I explained the agreement to her. She signed it. Then, as she started to rise from the table, Azalea Adair fainted and fell to the floor. I picked her up and carried her to the old red sofa. I ran to the door and yelled to Uncle Caesar for help. He ran down the street. 5 minutes later, he was back with a doctor. The doctor examined Miss Adair and turned to the old black driver. "Uncle Caesar," he said, "run to my house and ask my wife for some milk and some eggs. Hurry." Then the doctor turned to me. "She does not get enough to eat," he said. "She has many friends who want to help her, but she is proud. Mrs. Caswell will accept help only from that old black man. He was once her family's slave." "Mrs. Caswell?" I said in surprise. "I thought she was Azalea Adair." "She was," the doctor answered, "until she married Wentworth Caswell 20 years ago. But he's a hopeless drunk. He takes even the small amount of money that Uncle Caesar gives her." After the doctor left, I heard Caesar's voice in the other room. "Did he take all the money I gave you yesterday, Miss Azalea?" "Yes, Caesar," I heard her answer softly. "He took both dollars." I went into the room and gave Azalea Adair $50. I told her it was from the magazine. Then Uncle Caesar drove me back to the hotel. A few hours later, I went out for a walk before dinner. A crowd of people was talking excitedly in front of a store. I pushed my way into the store. Major Caswell was lying on the floor. He was dead. Someone had found his body on the street. He had been killed in a fight. In fact, his hands were still closed into tight fists. But as I stood near his body, Caswell's right hand opened. Something fell from it and rolled near my feet. I put my foot on it, then picked it up and put it in my pocket. People said they believed a thief had killed him. They said Caswell had been showing everyone that he had $50, but when he was found, he had no money on him. I left Nashville the next morning. As the train crossed a river, I took out of my pocket the object that had dropped from Caswell's dead hand. I threw it into the river below. It was a button, a yellow button, the one from Uncle Caesar's coat.
Yeah, by the way, in those days, $50
You have
was
just
like
heard the story, A Municipal.
Sorry.
so in those days, like $50 worth like half a month of pay. Sorry, half a month of pay. Like that's why $50 like doesn't seem a lot today these days, but it is like a lot in those days.
So it's not okay to fill the blanks.
I already filled the blanks. What do you mean?
Okay.
I said like $50 worth a lot back in those days in like the 1800s.
I don't get it. Can you repeat it?
I said like $50 was like half a month of pay back in like the late 1800s.
Yes.
And $2 also wasn't a lot today, but it's like almost a day's worth of pay, you know.
Yes. So it's clearly the killer, right?
Uncle Caesar, yeah.
Yes. Uncle Caesar. What is the reason? What is the reason to kill him?
Hold on. So I believe Uncle Caesar killed what's his name again? I'm just gonna say Major Caswell, because he keeps like taking money from Azalea Adele.
Yes.
And Uncle Caesar was once a slave, so he has loyalties to Mrs. Adair, like her family, you know, because they used to be their, you know, his masters. So yeah, of course they have like loyalties to her.
Yes.
And he probably doesn't want Azalea to be treated by a what's the word? Abusive, drunk, useless husband. So he probably killed him out of spite, out of anger for taking his money, or either both.
Yes. Okay. So shall we check the answers, guys? I just would like to know how many plants you got. All of them? I mean, I should better ask you guys how many blanks you left to fill.
No,
Nothing?
nothing. Yeah.
That's great. Do you understand the story? Do you?
I'm
I guess.
not sure.
Do you understand the story?
Yes, that is true.
First of all, let's check the answers. The first one is a big one. A heavy man was walking up down the hotel.
Lobby.
Yes.
Although
And next one, he shows me a this is handful. Let appear no handful of silver coins that he pulled from his coat. Okay, next one. I was born in the south.
Poem.
Sorry,
Poem. Story and
Poems.
poem.
it is a story.
Stories and poem. Another poems.
Where?
She was talking about the blank answer.
The blank.
Oh,
Story and poems.
poems. Yeah, stories and poems. Next line. I left the hotel and it was still raining. As soon as I stepped, I met
Outside.
outside. Met Uncle Caesar, and the next one is it must have been a blank coat.
Military.
A military officer's coat.
Military officers. Yes. And next one, I'll take you
Anywhere.
anywhere. What?
Business.
What business?
Yes.
Next page. Next page, the first column. She wrote a
Pale yellow dress. Pale
yellow dress.
damaged table. Damaged table.
Dining table. She was an old blank family.
Old Southern family.
Southern. An old Southern family. Next one, she came back a minute later with the bright eyes and pink
Cheeks.
Cheek.
cheeks. 25 cents worth of 10 cents worth of
Sugar cakes.
Sugar.
sugar cake.
Sugar. Yes.
Okay. And please,
Please hurry.
Hurry.
hurry. The child ran out of the room and we hard back the door closed. Then the girl
The girl screamed.
screamed. And then a door blank and she came back into the room.
Slam.
Slam. Not slam.
这过吗？
Hi, little me.
啊，
Hi, boy, ma. Did you like? Did you like?
嗯，
Did boy, ma la? Ma boy, ali.
嗯
delete door scream no slam no gali. A string and slums are the vocabulary you can use, you know, in your descriptive writing in order to show off the feeling of scare or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, or
SCREAM or SCRE.
SEREAM. Oh, what about man? Sorry. These are figurative language, you know,
Impossible.
figurative language.
Impossible.
Because
To avoid.
it was impossible to avoid him.
Mine. The daughter is mine.
It's mine.
ESAMINE.
Yes, in mind.
And
Family
slave.
explain.
Slave.
Explain.
SLAV.
He was once our families.
Slave.
Explain. Explain.
Slave more. SLAV.
Mrs. Caswell, I sat in.
Surprise.
Sorry, surprise. But here's that. There is two words in the blank.
Hopeless.
Was a daughter until she married one wore Caswell 20 years ago, but here's that.
Hopeless. အဲ့နောက်ကတော့သူမသိဘူး
Hopeless Frank.
Hopeless ပါလေ
Frank.
Right.
Friend.
အရက်သမား
Yes, hopeless
ဟုတ်
track.
တယ်
Next one, a crowd of people were talking.
How can I cite it?
Excitedly.
PACIT.
Tedious.
EXCIT EXCIT
TEDA.
PACIT.
ACID အဲ့တော့
EDLY.
Adigama. Excitedly, yes. Excite က verb ဆိုတော့ကျတော့ ed ထဲမှာ adjective ဖြစ်တာကိုအဲ့လိုပြီးတော့မှကျတော့ adverb ပြောင်းတော့အဲ့ဒီ ed ထဲထားတဲ့ adjective ကိုမှ L1 ပေါင်းပြရ Major Caswell was what was it?
Lying.
Lying on the floor. He was dead. Caswell's right hand opened.
Something.
And something fell from from it and rolled near my feet. Sorry, guys. And next one, people said they believe a thief
Had killed.
had killed him. They said Caswell has been showing everyone he had $50. Okay, I left the Nashville the next morning and tried across the river. I took out a pocket at the object that I had. From that I had
is dropped.
or that had dropped. That dropped from Caswell that hand. I threw it into the river below. Okay, do you guys understand this story? It's slowly, right? That's the audio is slowly spoken, so I think it's gonna be all right with you guys. So you know what I want you to do is please write a summary about it. So your summary, just as you remember about the story in brief, okay? In other way, in brief, let's do this one. One line summary ဘယ်လိုမှပါလဲ one line summary မဟုတ်တော့ဒါရိုးရိုး summary ပဲရှိတယ် one line summary ကတင်ပြီးမှရေးရမယ်ဒီမှာပါမယ်
ချက်ခုကဘယ်နှ line ဆို
အခုကကြိုက်အခုကကျွန်တော်ဒီမှာရှိတဲ့ဒီဟာကို cover ဖြစ်တဲ့လောက်ရေးလို့ရပါဘူးဒီ story တစ်ခုလုံးကို cover ဖြစ်တဲ့လောက်ရေးလို့ရ I think it just only in brief, right? You don't need to put the detailed information, just the brief of the plot. So I guess, oh, you know, in case if you guys need this tip, in summary, we cover the whole article or the story. We try to cover we have to be covered the whole story or the article, and I think the story is simple and the plot is simple, and you can tell the ending, okay, but not all of the thing, okay. I think it is all right, you can do it. So just do the summary at first. 10 minutes is all right. 7 minutes ဆိုရလားဒီ story အသေးစိတ်လုံးဝမပြောဘူးဒီလုံးဝခြုံငုံထားတဲ့
story တစ်ပုဒ်လုံး
story တစ်ပုဒ်လုံးခြုံငုံထားတဲ့ဥစ္စာပဲပြောမယ်ဒီ plot တစ်ခု
10 minute နဲ့
ဒီလိုဗမာလိုရင်စဉ်းစားကြည့်မလား10 minute နဲ့ရရနော်ဘာလို့ဆိုတော့ तू ကအများကြီးမေးရဘူးလေသိလားအများကြီးမေးရအောင်အထက်ကကျတော့အကုန်လုံးမပါဘူးဒီဇက်အိမ်မှာကျတော့အဓိကကြတဲ့ဇက်အသွားလာလေးကိုပဲရေးပြရမယ်အထဲမှာဟိုကောင်မလေးCaswell ကဒီဟိုမျိုးသမီးရောက်သွားတာတို့ तू ရောက်တာတို့ तू လှဲငားတာတို့အဲ့လိုတွေပြောစရာမလိုဘူးဒီထဲမှာလုံးဝဒီ story တစ်ပုဒ်လုံးခြုံငုံထားတဲ့ theme အနှစ်ချုပ်တစ်ခုတည်းပဲပြောရမှာ try ကြည့်ပါလားဒီလိုနည်းနည်းလေးပဲရေးရမှာအဲ့ဒါလေးက
teacher သမီးကထွက်ရတော့မယ်ထင်တယ် laptop က battery အားကုန်မှာပါ
အဲ့တော့သမီးရေးထားပြီးချက်ပြပို့လိုက်လေနော်နောက်မှ Okay, let's do it. You just only have to say the character. Firstly, you introduce the character. Secondly, you tell what happened to those characters. And thirdly, what is the ending? That's all, okay? Should I give you 15 minutes?
Okay.
Okay, it will be better, right?
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, can I leave now because like I have to go to clean it, and after writing I will send you the paper.
Okay, take your time.
Okay. Goodbye, teacher.
Bye. What happened to them?
Chị tao mi pi mà về tên này vậy à mày đã mày đỡ sẽ phone này join nè.
Wanna join her? Okay.
Ok.
Ba sao là mình tìm tiền thì quay cho nè mà nó để anh nhà đã đúng rồi.
Phải đó.
Thì nó để anh nhà đã là tống làm gì vậy?
Oh, actually no. But right, what did you eat yesterday? Maybe something that makes you diarrhea. There will be
I
some
just eat ramen.
like very spicy food, or the sour but it's not okay, or like the sauce from the street vendors. Take a good care. You know, these days it's not good to have such kind of diseases as it is cold and what.
I just eat 3 packets of ramen.
You guys okay to do that? It's almost 11 o'clock, but it makes me feel like 7 o'clock in the morning. Andrew, are you okay?
Yes. Yeah. Ê, ông miệng, ê hảo. Không nào nói lệ dạ. Sao không bị
Sao sống?
bị rồi,
没有啊，
siêu à.
这我啊。Okay, so I'm gonna explain you guys what happened in the story. So how many characters are there? How many characters are there?
3.
3 characters, right? The first one is the writer, is and then second is
What? If including the writer, it will be 4, I guess.
Teacher, writer is himself, right? သူကိုယ်တိုင်ကတက်ရောက်လေ သူက first person ကျတော့ character ကိုသူကဒီနေရာမှာလေ writer ကလေ first person နဲ့ရေးထားတာနော်သူကရေးတဲ့နည်း narrative style မှာရေးတဲ့နည်းဘယ်နှလေးရှိတယ်ဆိုတော့၃နည်းရှိတယ်ဒီချက်သားမျိုးပြောပြဘူးလားမသိဘူးပထမတစ်ခုကကျတော့ first person နဲ့ရေးတာကိုပေါ့နော်ရေးတာဒုတိယတစ်ခုကကျတော့ second person နဲ့ရေးတာ second person sorry first person ရေနှစ်ခုပဲရှိ first person ရေ third person ရေးတာ third person ရဲ့ပုံစံကကြတော့တချို့ကဘေးနားကနေပြီးတော့ကွာဒီဖြစ်ပျက်တစ်ခုလုံးကိုမြင်နေတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးပေါ့ဟုတ်လားဒီဖြစ်ပျက်တစ်ခုလုံးတချို့ကတွေ့နေတယ်အဲ့ဒီဖြစ်ပျက်ကိုကိုကခေစစ်တွေ့ကြသိပြီးတော့ပြန်ရေးတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုးပေါ့ဥပမာအဲ့ character မှာအဲ့ဒီ writer ကိုယ်တိုင်မပါဘူးဒီထဲမှာကျတော့ writer ကိုယ်တိုင်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော် writer ကိုယ်တိုင်ပါတယ်အဲ့တော့ first person နဲ့ရေးထားတာ okay the writer and then the women who is the writer okay the story writer ပြောချက်တော့ story writer and then
Uncle, I don't know.
Uncle Caesar
Uncle Caesar, yeah.
Uncle Caesar and
Why?
ကျတော့ဒီနေရာမှာ Uncle Caesar ရဲ့ပြီးတော့ဘူးရှိတယ်Chris Caswell yeah Caswell and Miss Caswell right
Yeah.
but when you introduce the character yeah they are full character totally right so you have to say they are four characters but what happened to them you don't need to explain each of them each of the character you just only have to explain the plot what happened to them means like that you don't have to explain about what happened to the writer what happened to the Miss Caswell or Mr. Caswell and what happened to the Uncle Caesar you don't need to say like that you just only say one thing that is the plot right so the Miss Caswell is Mr. Sayam. Always take money from Miss Caswell Miss Caswell is the proud help from
Uncle Caesar.
Uncle Caesar and she
Yeah, which one is right? Like, this is like,
writer writer ဆိုတာဒီချက်ပြောချင်တာဒီ storyteller narrator ကိုပြောတာ narrator
yeah.
narrator that's what a proud woman and she accepts the help from the Uncle Caesar only Uncle Caesar who was once her
I just realized something. Uncle Caesar must have been like a veteran of the American Civil War. He probably fought for the North.
really
Like, he probably did. Like, there weren't a lot of black soldiers that were veterans by the late 1890s.
so you just got the idea because because of the coat he wore
Yes, if it's a military coat, he probably is a veteran of the American Civil War. because there weren't a lot of major wars in like the 1870s, 1880s.
I guess this is the code Mrs. Caswell gave it to him because Mr. Caswell is once a military officer, right? That's why he said himself major.
Oh yeah, never mind. Probably. So I don't know.
Always takes the money from Mr. Caswell and have family stipend. အဲ့လိုပုံစံလေးဒီထဲနည်းနည်းလေးပဲရေးပြရအောင်နော်အကုန်လုံးရေးပေးစရာမလိုခြုံငုံပြီးတော့ပဲရေးပြရအောင်နော် If you are okay, just complete your writing. If you are not okay, it's all right because I will continue this one tomorrow. ဒီချိန်မနေ့ဖက်ကြားလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒါရေးတဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုပြန်ပြောပြမယ်နော်တကယ်လို့အဆင်မပြေဘူးဆို But today is we are running out of time. I think you won't be happy if I take extra time on this very bad day. Right? So if you can do it, okay, write down and send to me. If you would like to wait for me till tomorrow.
Okay, I will wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, but twice. Okay. So I will give some tips in order to write the story summary, okay? So
Yes. Actually, I didn't remember the story.
all right. So you guys should read the story ahead, maybe just like one more time in order to memorize the things. And tomorrow we're gonna do the summary again. Okay. So bye-bye guys.
Yeah, can I ask something like, can I use the colon?
Yeah, yeah,
into
Rachel?
List of characters?
Narrator. The narrator himself.
No, I mean like, can I use?
Or you can say her name, his name. What did you ask? Did I answer your question?
No.
No. What is it? What is he?
Like,
Question.
can I use the colon? Colon.
Oh yes, of course. You can use any devices.
Yeah, colon to introduce the list of the characters.
Oh, list to introduce the list of the character. Yes, you can use. But in summary, usually we don't use those devices so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
I use a lot.
Yeah, just to introduce the character, I think I don't support so much to use it because in summary writing we don't use the devices so much because these devices are only for the article writings and to attract to the reader like that. So summary doesn't need it. So no use, don't use it. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye, Chef. Thank you, Chef.